My Hero's Justice came out 2 weeks ago, and although it has an amazing story mode, has some great combat, very fun gameplay, there's a few things that need to be fixed for the game to be in a complete state. Here are 3 main topics that need to be fixed so that the game can be a much better product. Starting with maps, we have about 3 maps that are actually usable. Now, out of the 9 stages that we have, some of them will mess up your combos, your ults, and ultimately even displace you off of the map. There's also some maps that are locked behind story mode, it seems, and we had a lot more maps in OJ2, so it just feels a little bit off that not only do we have less maps, we have some terrible maps that we can't even use. Great idea, terrible execution. We need to kind of get that optimized. These maps need to be fixed. Second, let's address the online situation. Lobbies are hell, whether it's trying to get into a match or even keeping a match going. Sometimes matches will just disconnect randomly at the start of the match, during the loading stage, even as you're losing or winning the match, you can find yourself in a disconnect. Not only that, but you'll also deal with rage quitters, so you won't even know, did they disconnect or did just the game disconnect? We need to get this fixed. This is just not acceptable. If we can get that stabilized, that will help the game tremendously. We need to penalize rage quitters accurately, and I say this because there's a few players that have reported, including myself, that you're losing points when people rage quit, so it seems that it's negatively impacting the people who are actually playing properly. And most importantly, loops and infinites have been plaguing online since release, and it's been made very apparent through competitive tournaments and ranked that quote-unquote playing optimally is being cheesy with loops and infinites. Now, a lot of players can deal with cheese, but when you add infinite loops, we've got a problem. Shout out to the winner of the Glob 2 tournament. I did watch the ending, and it was actually pretty dope watching them not really have to use loops to get around all of it. But that's not true for most players that play at a higher level. A lot of them will use this, and it's kind of just, it's not good for the casuals, it's not good for the competitive scene, it's not good for the game's health overall. And while no disrespect to Globku, I appreciate him for hosting a tournament that I actually placed, I believe 65th in basically top 100, and all the other creators that have been hosting tournaments for this game, I find it awful that the game's state itself has incentivized players to play in a cheesy way rather than finding, true combos and optimal ways to get around that. And if the loops and infinites are able to be removed, it will overall create a much better product that people can enjoy and ingest. I actually took a week off from the game once I figured out there was infinites because it just isn't something I wanted to deal with. Now, there's ways I can get around it, but I'd rather not have to play with it. It's just not fun. And I know a lot of other players feel the same way in that regard. Fixing these loops and overall bug patches like President Mike's ult, which teleports him to a part of the map and then whiffs his attack, need to be fixed. I'm sure the dev team could take a look at some balancing and just make some overall adjustments while they're doing this fix. And you might be asking yourself, well, how do we get these changes? How do we get things fixed? Well, I'm glad you asked. There is a survey that they just released and where it will be posted for a certain amount of time, so please make sure you do the survey as soon as you can and put as much information as you can. The more feedback that they get with the same issue that they're hearing from multiple people, the faster that issue will be fixed. Ultimately, we all would love to get a perfect game at launch, but that's not always the case. And while it's disappointing, this is reality. So let's work with what we've got. We've got a good game, we just got to work on its foundation. So right now we've got to focus on these maps, getting online fixed, and making sure we can cut out these loops. And by doing so, I think we're going to have a much better game. But let me know what you guys think and what you guys find important in this game. All's Justice is an amazing game, so please comment down below what you like about the game and what you want fixed. Make sure to do the survey. I might do a live stream of it, so feel free if you want to do it along with me and we can fill it out. I'm happy to do so. Please, of course, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.